we think of the family as a haven, a safe place to go, a place where we can be sure to find love, care, protection, and in particular, a place where the young are prepared for adulthood. The issues arise when the family does not do that, especially when that happens to a young person, a person at the onset of adulthood, somebody in their early teens, a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, who finds himself or who finds herself out on the streets because the family has rejected them. And when that happens, we have persons who are lost, who are on their own, who have to do their own care protection, who have to find their own family unit, however they can do so, which may or may not be in socially unproductive ways. I first intervened in a gay rights issue in relation to a young man. The young man was at school, and evidently his father decided or found evidence, something of that sort, that he was gay. And his father took him to the school and requested that he be beaten. And his peers, his schoolmates, cooperated, beat up the young man. Ultimately, he was rescued by his teachers, some of his teachers. But that young man, whom I grew to know, became so afraid he didn't even want to go out on the streets. I think ultimately he migrated. And this is a huge, huge issue for us with persons whom we reject here and in fact need to go abroad and often contribute there, not in Jamaica, because we have rejected all of this group of persons. In particular, I'm concerned about the young persons on the streets. And so, where do we go? Why should we consider that persons are a threat because of whom they decide to love? I would have thought it would be a greater threat to be hating persons because of the choices that, in fact, they do not make, the way in which they are born, the way in which they are created, the kind of emotions that rest on their hearts. So what do we do and where do we go? What we need is certainly an approach that is accepting within the family to start out with, accepting of the most vulnerable. That acceptance needs to have support of the wider community. And I'm going to specify here the obligation the churches have to present a message that says the family needs to stay together without conditions simply because they are family members. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so therefore, if there is injustice within the family, it's a threat to justice in the community, justice in the nation, and justice globally. In addition, I think it was Martin Luther who said, no one is free until we are all free. And so therefore, in our own interest, in order to be free, we need to ensure that the most vulnerable in society are free. We need to ensure that the young gay persons in particular, for whom I speak, have the freedom to grow up with self-esteem, loving themselves, feeling protected within their families and in the wider community, so that the contributions that they have to make can be made here in Jamaica and they don't have to run away to other countries in order to try to make their contributions. I happen to think that this little country is the greatest country in the world. I happen to think that we have talent, whole heap of talent just there, waiting to be tapped. I also believe that the talent can can inflame itself, burn itself out if it is not tapped. And so therefore, I want to see a Jamaica in which everybody, I mean everybody, has the opportunity to contribute. Whatever talent, skills that they have, they are able to contribute them here. I want a Jamaica in which people are respected simply for being who and what they are. We are talented, we can be a family, we can support each other, care and protect each other, and this is not new, this is how I grew up as a small child. So we can do that. We are Jamaicans, we are such a special people. We are Jamaicans.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to.